In the waters of Papua New Guinea lies Earth's first known interstellar visitor. The meteorite first entered our atmosphere in 2014 before landing off the coast of Papua New Guinea's Manus Island, reaching speeds of more than 160,000 kilometres per hour. That's fast. The origins of the alien space rock have been confirmed to be from another solar system, making it the first of 3 interstellar objects on Earth. Harvard professor and astrophysicist Avi Loeb is now embarking on a mission to the Pacific to take a closer look and uncover more about life beyond Earth. He joins us now from Cambridge, Massachusetts. Morena, Professor, and thank you for joining us.
It's a great pleasure to join you. New Zealand is the most beautiful place on Earth, as far as I hear.
Oh, absolutely. You tick for you. So tell us, first of all, what sparked your interest in this meteorite?
Well, it was discovered by satellites and sensors on the ground that the U.S. uses to monitor objects entering the atmosphere for national security purposes. And the explosion of this object when it came near the lower atmosphere of the Earth implied that it's tougher than iron. In fact, it's tougher than all the space rocks we had seen before, and together with my student we concluded that it came from outside the solar system. So why would the first object from outside the solar system ever discovered be so unusual? The chance of drawing it out of the space rocks that were familiar to us was less than 1 part in 10,000. And so we said, well, maybe it's artificial in origin, maybe it's a spacecraft, just like the interstellar probes that we sent out. And, you know, if you imagine New Horizons colliding with another planet far away, that's the way it would appear. It would explode in the atmosphere of that planet. And, you know, if there is an astronomer over there, they might ask, what is this object? Is it a rock or artificial?
So it sounds like this is a highly unusual meteorite. It was only larger, well, just larger than a microwave, and its majority likely burned up when it entered the Earth's atmosphere. So how hard is it going to be to find this meteorite if it's burned up and on the ocean floor?
Right, so the object exploded, released a few percent of the Hiroshima atomic bomb energy, and fragmented into small pieces. And what we are aiming at is to go to the place where the explosion took place and search for the fragments left over, because we want to examine them to figure out the composition of the object. We can tell the difference between a meteor made of iron and a meteor made of some artificial alloy like stainless steel. And that would tell us, of course, the second possibility will tell us that it was artificial in origin. I already told the curator of the Museum of Modern Art in New York City that if we find any gadget at the bottom of the ocean, I'll bring it for display, because for us it would represent modernity. The senders sent it a long time ago. For them, it's ancient history.
Yeah. Well, look, it sounds to me like you are thinking that this is perhaps some sort of alien existence outside our atmosphere. What is your expert opinion on this? Are you looking at this thing, is this an alien spaceship? Is that what you're telling us?
Well, for 70 years we've been searching for radio signals, and that's just like waiting for a phone call. But there is another method to find evidence that other civilizations may have predated us, and that is to search our mailbox for any packages. Because, you know, they would survive over time, even if the senders are not around anymore. It's just like archaeology or searching for relics. And even if other civilizations existed billions of years ago, you know, their probes could have arrived here by now. And so it's a completely different search method. And only over the past decade, we were able to detect interstellar objects, and this is really the first one. So we are planning an expedition. We will use a sled and a magnet and scoop the ocean floor and find those fragments and figure out whether they were part of a spacecraft.
This sounds all very exciting. We want you to report back to us immediately, please, with the answer of whether there are aliens and if this is an alien spaceship. Thank you very much for joining us today, Professor Avi Loeb.
It's a great pleasure. We have a date once we figure out what this thing is.